بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Welcome to your channel True Islam. Today we shall be discussing about hypocrites or munafiqeen. What do we call as? In a forest, trees were being cut by woodcutters one after another. One tree complains to its neighboring tree. See, they are cutting all the trees around and they will cut us also. What can we do to stop this? The other tree replies, they will cut all of us as long as our man is with them, referring to the wooden handle that the axe had. Dear friends, there is no dearth of hypocrites among us, among everyone. You can find them everywhere, and these are the people who, with you, help your enemies finish them off, and after finishing you off, they will finish them off also, and they don't realize that. And you can find hypocrites or munafiqeen in every country, in every religion, in every group, and for money, fame, and position, they can do anything. They can act against the interests of their own community. In English, they are called as hypocrites, backstabbers, two-timers, two-faced charlatans, and many other words describing such people. In Urdu, we call them munafiqeen, makkar, dhokebaz, doghla, farebi, riyakari, and there are many more words to describe them. In Holy Quran, a complete surah discusses mostly about them. That is Surah Tawbah. Surah Tawbah is the only surah in Holy Quran which doesn't have a Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. It's because it talks of punishment to the hypocrites. There are a lot of ayats about munafiqeen in that surah, and in one ayat it says, O Prophet, if you ask a pardon of these munafiqeen even 70 times, Allah is not going to pardon them. In Arabic, generally, 70 means innumerable, uncountable. So it can be thousands, it can be lakhs. Now, coming to India, nowadays the Hindutva forces, the saffronists, they allege that Muslim invaders came to India, they destroyed the temples, they looted the temples, and they went off. In fact, there are two types of invaders who came to India. One, they came here, and it's not that they were someone like dacoits, they came, they looted, they rushed off. No. Whenever these people came, mostly from Arab, from Mongolia, from Afghanistan, from Iran, and all those countries. And when they came here, they stayed here. They stayed here for maybe a few months or a few years. Then they looted and they went back. And this other category, they came here, they stayed here, they developed the country, and literally they became Indians. Now, let's talk about those people who came here and looted. In fact, when they came here, they stayed here for a few months or few years. They had appointed Hindus as their ministers and as their agents. In fact, it is only in Hindu religion they have the policy of making big donations to temples. No other religion follows this policy of giving gold and money and all those things to religious places. Of course, we may contribute when something is being constructed, but just as a treasury, just as a store, no other religion donates money. But in India, the practice is there for centuries or even thousands of years. Now, someone coming from Arab or someone coming from Mongolia or Afghanistan would never have dreamed that temples, a religious place, would contain treasures. It is their Hindu assistants who showed them, who told them, okay, this temple has so much of gold, this temple has so much of money, this temple has so many treasures. And these Hindus were the hypocrites. These are the people, backstabbers of their own community. And these are the people who showed the Muslim invaders from outside India who came here, looted the temples and went back. And they were held by even now, even today, when some army officer or someone holding sensitive data is arrested for spying for Pakistan, it is mostly 99 or even 100% they are Hindus. So where are the hypocrites? Coming to the recent developments in India, in the last few years, you have seen how the opposition governments in Goa, in Karnataka, in Madhya Pradesh, and now in Maharashtra have been toppled by the BJP by buying the hypocrites belonging to Congress and other parties and even Shiv Sena. So where are the hypocrites? Hypocrites are there in India for thousands of years, for hundreds of years, and they still continue to operate. Now let's come back to our Muslims. Even during the time of Holy Prophet, there were hypocrites, and regarding the hypocrites, I have already told you what Allah feels about them, what Allah has in store for them. Now coming to Indian Muslim history, Aurangzeb came to South India because he wanted to finish off the Bahmani kingdoms. And the toughest among the Bahmani kingdoms, the toughest place to conquer was Bijapur, the Adil Shahi kingdom, because they had a very strong fort. Months passed by, but he could not conquer it. Then what he did? It was very simple. He bought out the ministers and commanders of Adil Shahi kingdom. And he paid them money. People who were greedy for money, they sold themselves to Aurangzeb. Then Aurangzeb was successful in taking over the Bijapur Killa and the Bijapur Adil Shahi kingdom. And those people, I would like to mention here that the kingdom of Bijapur, the Adil Shahi kingdom, was a Shia kingdom, and those people, the ministers who deceived Adil Shah and helped Aurangzeb, were also Shias. And after the Adil Shahi kingdom fell, out of fear of backlash from the public, they ran away from there and settled in various parts of the country, including a small village that time near Bangalore called Doddabalapur. And from Doddabalapur, they have spread to various parts of Karnataka and Tamil Nadu. And Aurangzeb had given them a title, Sajjada Wafa Khan. Later on, in the 18th century, one of the most powerful kingdoms in India at the advent of British and Europeans in India was the Bengal, the Sultanate of Bengal, with its headquarters in Murshidabad. And those days, Bengal was supposed to be one of the richest kingdoms in the world, and the area comprised of present-day West Bengal, Bangladesh, Odisha, and Bihar, and many other areas. And for a long time, Bengal contributed the maximum revenue to the not so powerful then Mughal Empire. On one side, parts of the Bengal Sultanate was conquered by the British and the Dutch and many other European forces. The ruler was Siraj-ud-Dawla, and Mir Jafar deceived, backstabbed Siraj-ud-Dawla, and again Mir Jafar became the Sultan, and he was also backstabbed by his son-in-law, Mir Qasim. So these people paved the way for British to establish their empire in India. I would like to mention now that in India, from time immemorial, most of the wars have not been won by fighting, but by buying out the hypocrites in the opposite camp. Same thing, exactly same thing happened in the Hukumat-e-Khudadad, the Mysore kingdom of Hyder Ali and Tipu Sultan. They could not do anything to Hyder Ali, but in Tipu Sultan, three hypocrites sold themselves, they sold their soul to the British for money and power, and they deceived, backstabbed Tipu Sultan. And those were Langra Ghulam Ali, Mir Sadiq, and Purmani. After the fall of Tipu, again these people, fearing the backlash of the public, migrated to Hyderabad or to Mysore or to some other place. So backstabbing has been a common factor among Muslims, especially Muslims in India. Now, it's just not limited to India and to Muslims. Backstabbing has been there even in Europe, though little. But when Germany conquered France in the Second World War, many French men and women, they supported the Germans, they spied for the Germans, and they would give vital information to the Germans about any resistance that was taking place in France against the Germans. Now let us come to present day India. In present day India, we have no dearth of Muslim hypocrites who are out to help the Saffronist forces, the Hindutva forces, and the BJP. And there are a lot of them. There are a lot of them who sell themselves for little money and fame and power. Now, all of you remember the 2002 communal riots in Gujarat, where there was an orgy of murders and rapes all over Gujarat for months. The pogrom resulted in the death of at least 3,000 Muslims. How soon people forget it? Later on, when Modi became Prime Minister, the Boras invited him for a Muharram Majlis in Madhya Pradesh. And he obliged, he came because he is a camera lover, and wherever there are cameras, he loves to go there. Because there were cameras in this Muharram Majlis, he attended that. And I think the Boras feel great because they hosted the Prime Minister of India. How soon they forgot that in 2002 in Surat, the Hindutva forces, the Saffronists, raped Bohra women on roads and videographed the rapes. Now coming to some personalities of present-day Muslims in India who are top-grade hypocrites, top-grade munafiqins. The first one I would like to talk about is Arif Muhammad Khan. He was all his life a congressman. Then when BJP came to power, shifted to BJP, and now presently he is the governor of Kerala. He issues statements against Muslims, helping the Hindutva forces by his interviews, by his statements, and he is acting so tough against the democratically elected Kerala government. He is erecting as many roadblocks for them as possible. The second one is Najma Heptullah, who was Speaker of the Lok Sabha during Congress rule. And once Congress fell, she shifted to BJP. She is another munafiq we have amongst us. The third one I would like to talk about is Mukhtar Abbas Naqvi. He, when there were programs. They were planning to demolish the Babri Masjid. He told, I will go and demolish it. Now he is holding a ministerial position. Right now, in the recent Rajya Sabha election, he was not given a seat. That means the BJP is sidelining him. Same about Shahnawaz. Another Gaddar, another Munafiq, another hypocrite. Even he has been sidelined. Now you have a TV host, Rubina Liaquat, who for some money talks against Muslims, supports the Hindutva forces, and supports their program of eliminating Muslims and minorities in India. She is another Gaddar. Now we have another person, a very interesting person, who speaks in favor of Muslims, who talks in favor of Muslims, always issues controversial statements so that the Hindutva forces get fodder to attack Muslims, and he also contests elections in Bihar, in UP, so that Muslim votes are divided and BJP wins the election. He is Asaduddin Owaisi. I think you are aware of him. He is also one of the munafiqs we have. Now coming to two Shia Muslims who are coming to my mind right now. One is Kalbe Rushaid Razvi, another munafiq, another hypocrite, who in an interview told that India must be made a Hindu Rashtra. And another munafiq, Shia Maulvi, called Kalbe Jawad, who praises the Chief Minister of UP, Yogi Adityanath. Now, we have a host of Maulanas, a lot of them, you can just see their faces, who go to TV debates. And when they go to TV debates, the TV people want them to look like a typical Muslim. They wear a cap, a skull cap, and a typical Muslim dress and sherwani and all that. And they give all the fodder, they show controversial statement as directed by the TV people, so that the BJP spokesperson can harp upon those statements to attack Indian Muslims. And in the recent Times Now TV interview, wherein Nupur Sharma blasphemized our holy prophet, the person who triggered this was another Maulvi by name Taslim Rahman. He is the person who spoke against Shivling and gave an opportunity to Nupur Sharma to speak against our holy prophet. And these people, these cheap Maulanas, just for 5,000 rupees or 6,000 rupees, they sell their iman, they sell their akhirah, they sell their soul, they sell themselves. Shame on these people. And this is not the end, my dear friends. In most of the Muslim communities, in most of the etimkhanas, in most of the khabrastans, you have corrupt people who come there to make money, to make a living out of it. And for your information, Waqf Board is the most corrupt government department or board in the entire country. It's more corrupt than PWD and police. Shame on such people. Shame on those Muslims who are selling Islam, who are selling their hereafter, who are selling their Jannat, who are selling their Akhirah for the sake of a few gold coins. My dear friends, beware of such people. Try to identify them and don't call them for any of your functions. Don't respect them. They don't deserve our respect. And identify them and be wary of such. Let us pray to Allah to take us out from this present predicament that we are passing through in India and in the world. Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Khuda Hafiz.